Alright guys, so let's go ahead and create our React app. I'm just gonna open my terminal. You can install your React app wherever you want. I'm gonna install it on my partition C. So I'll just do cd here, and then I'll just type in here create React. Create React app, and I'm gonna name it GA API. And this is gonna take a while. I'm just gonna pause the video and I will replay it whenever it's done. So it's done. The React app is created. Now if I'm going to my PC, local disk C, I can see my app is here, GA API. So I'm gonna open it using my Atom editor. I'm just gonna close this folder from here, remove project folder, and then add project folder, and I'm gonna open my PC, choose my project from here, and then from my source, I'm just gonna go to public index HTML. I'm just gonna remove few comments from here really quick. Okay, I'm gonna save it like that. Using my command line, I'm gonna go to cdga API. I want to open my apps folder, and then here I'll type in npm start, and it's gonna open up a new tab. It's gonna start the Node.js machine. It's taking a while, but there it is. I'm just gonna close all these tabs because we don't need them anymore. Let's see. So this is our React app. So I removed these comments from here, and then let's open the app.js. We don't need this logo from here. I'm just gonna also remove everything from our div class name app. From here, what else? Let's delete this logo from here. Okay, I'm gonna save it like that, go back, and we see we don't have anything on the screen, which is good. Okay, let's close this index.html. So here let's start writing our code. We'll have to create a folder in our source file. So the new folder is gonna be components, and here I'm gonna create another file which is gonna be organic traffic chart. Organic traffic chart.js. Okay, let's leave it empty for now. Another thing I wanted to mention here. So we will have to use a library, another JavaScript library, which is this is going to be React chart JS2. So let's just search on Google for that. React chart JS2, and there's a link on GitHub. Let me see if I can find it. Okay, view project on GitHub. Alright, this is the right link. So it's a GitHub profile here. You go to github.com/JERAIRREST/React-chart.js-2. I will leave this link in the description too, so you can just click from the description and you know, access this page. So here on this page in React.js 2, you can see the live demos, but we want to install it in our React app. So in order to do that, we should type in this command here. Alright, we are in our folder. I'm just gonna stop the Node.js, and I'm gonna type in npm install React chart.js2 and also chart.js, and we'll save, press enter. Well, hopefully this won't take too long. Okay, while this wall is installing, we can write some code here on our React app. So wherever we have, let's import our organic traffic component, this one, right? For right now it's empty, but let's go ahead and import it. So import organic traffic chart from, we'll have here components slash, it's gonna have the same name. Okay, now here in our class app, we will have a constructor. Okay, and here we need the super function for our, in order to, for our states, and then this state, we will have an empty state here, which is gonna be GA data. We will leave this state empty because we will call an API, our API, and we will update this state with the data from the API. So here we will have a ES6 function, which is gonna be get data. Okay, and then here we will use the fetch, and here we will have our API URL. So if we go back to our API, let's copy this URL here using the local host, of course, in this way. And then we've got here the response, and here we want the response in a JSON format, and then we want to get the GA data, and update our state. Actually, it needs to be GA. Hold on, I'll edit this one this way. This set state, this way. Okay, like that. And here we will have GA data. Okay, now we will need the component did mount cycle. And this cycle is gonna call this function. Okay, that is data. Alright, now here in our render function we will have another variable. Let me see if this one installed everything, added 6 packages, so everything looks good. Let's start the machine. It's taking a while. Okay. Now we're gonna show some errors here, probably because we're still working on it, but no, actually doesn't show anything because we didn't save it yet. Okay, so here in our render function we will have a variable which is show result, and we'll check if our state is empty. Then then we will show an h1 tag which will say loading. Okay, otherwise we will have a div, and here we want to call our organic traffic chart component, and of course we will have the traffic property. We will send all the data from our object, from the object we will get from our API, and it's gonna be this state GA data. Okay, we will send all the data from our API to our organic traffic chart component, and then in our return function we want to show result. We want to output the data from here. Now let's go ahead and create our organic chart component. So we want to import React from React, and then here we want to import the chart, import bar. There are three types of chart. There is bar, line, and then the other one pie, I think. So we will use the bar, and then here we want to specify the library React chart.js 2, and then below we want to create our ES6 component. So we'll have const and then organic traffic chart. I'm just gonna copy this. We will have here the same way. We will get the props, and then here we will have another we want to loop through our object, because we will get this object from here. We will get all the data from here, and then we will take one by one and output the data from here, which is going to be the organic traffic. We want to output just this one from each month. So we get here another variable, and this is going to be the labels for our chart. But before I get into this one, let me just let's just remove this one from here. We've got this one like that. We will have a return here, and then after that I'll go up and explain. So have div class name, and let's name it chart. And here we have our bar chart, which is a component, and then here we have data. We have labels, and these organic labels are coming from here. That I was trying to create it before we arrive here, but I'm gonna create it now so you can see where it goes. So we have const org labels, and it's equal to object keys, and then we have the props traffic. This is the property, and then here we want to map it key, and then here const needs to be const. Now have props traffic, traffic using the key start date. We want to slice the start date. Here these labels are for latest 6 months, so we take month by month and we output on the labels. This is going to be an array with all those months. So we'll have a chart with 6 months, which is start date here, and I'm using slice because I don't want to show the date, because the start date has the year, month and day, and I want to remove the latest 3 characters, which is the -01. So I'll have here 0 and then -3. Okay, like that. So we will output these org labels here, and then org labels, and then here we have also data sets, and this is an array. Okay, another object here like that, label. This is, we get an label which is going to be organic traffic, and then we will have data, and this is not a variable. This is going to be the actually the organic traffic, the data. So we need to create another variable for this data. So I actually missed something here. So okay, organic label object keys props traffic. Okay, map key props traffic key start date slice. Okay, so this one needs to be here like this. Okay, so now copy this stuff, paste it one more time, and here we will have org data props traffic same way, but here we will have the organic searches. So let's copy organic searches, paste it this way. We don't need to slice it or do anything with that, leave it like that. So this is gonna be another array here. This is the first one with labels, and this is the data. This is gonna be the organic searches. And then here we will have a background color for our chart, RGBA, and here 255, 99, 132 and 0.6. Okay, now here we will have options. There are a few options. So here we can options. Let's see, there was maintain aspect ratio, and this is made false. And then we will have title, our charts title, display true, and then here text. The title is gonna be organic traffic, and then we will have the font size, which is gonna be 25, and here we will have the legend, display true, and then position is gonna be on right. Okay, let's close our component here. So it looks like pretty much is done. Now we want to export it. Export default. What was the name of it? This one. Okay, export it in this way. Let's save it. Let's go back to our app.js. Looks like everything is fine here too. Let's save it. Let's open our browser and check our app. Still get loading here. Expected. We don't get any errors for now in the console, but it looks like it doesn't. The state is not updating. So show result, this state. Looks like everything is fine. I don't understand what's wrong here now. GA data, this set state, GA data. Okay, now there's an error. Probably we should wait a little bit more. Okay, slash is not function. So something from our organic traffic. It's something wrong here. Okay, organic labels, object, keys, props, traffic. Got the traffic from here. Got the key, and then props, traffic key, start date. I'm just gonna pause it and find out what's wrong here. Okay, so the problem was here because I misspelled this function. It needs to be C instead of S. Let's save it and go back, and it's gonna refresh by itself, of course. It's taking a while, but there you go. You see that the organic traffic works, and we got the months here, the latest 6 months. And now we should do the same thing for the other 3. So we should create 3 more files here. And we need another file for page load time, and then we need for sessions, and then for users. So let's go ahead and create another file here. New file, and let's call it load time chart.js. And let's just copy everything from here, paste it here, and let's rename this function to load time. Copy it, export it here. I'm gonna paste it here, load time. And also we want start date. Here we're gonna leave the start date, but we want to change the other one. So here is gonna be the average time. Let me open the API here. Let's copy this one from here, and we paste it like that. Okay, we export it. Let's choose another color here. Let's just put 38716B. Okay, save this one. Let's go back in our app.js. Let's import it. So just gonna import it like that, just like that, and here wherever we have our organic traffic, We wanna copy this line and paste it here below, and instead of traffic, let's put time. So go back, and wherever we have traffic here, we should change it to time, because this is the property now. Time. Okay, save this one, save this one. Let's go back to our React app, and now we should have two charts. Hopefully I didn't make any errors and everything's gonna work fine. Okay, it's taking a while. Sometimes even the Google Analytics API version 4 is slow. Can close that. We see there's an error because Google Analytics is it's slow. Okay, it works now here. Let me refresh one more time. Alright, so we see now the organic traffic works. Oh, this is not organic traffic, I just didn't change it there, but organic traffic works, and then this is the load time, average load time. So let's just change it here. This is the title, this title from here, and this one is the label from the right side here. I'm just gonna save it like that, go back, and this is gonna refresh now, and it should have the load time, and I'll change the title. So we should do two more, should create two more files, new file, and then this one is gonna be for sessions. Sessions chart.js, copy everything from here. We can even close them and paste it here, just rename. We're gonna export it the same way here. Okay, let's go back, and we want to import it like that, and then here we'll do the same way. This is gonna be, let's name it sessions. Come here, change the time, replace the time with sessions. We actually should change these variables here too, so we can put like that, sessions labels and sessions, sessions data. Oh my god. And then change this one with labels like that. Labels and data. Okay, we can save it, and we can save it here. Let's go back and check our app. So we have three charts right now, but we didn't change here the the kind of data. We still left average page load time. So here we need to copy the sessions. Okay, paste it sessions here, and then here we should change the label to sessions. Same thing for title. Save it, go back and check the app. Okay, if you want, you can change the color from here if you want to. Let's actually choose a color here, RGBA. Let's put 54, 162, 235, 0.6. Let's see now. It's taking longer. See, sometimes it's taking longer, sometimes it's not. A good practice for this one would be to get all the data from the API and save it in the database and just update it twice a day or twice a week. And whenever somebody is accessing this page, on our website, all the data is gonna be, the script is gonna select the data from the database, so we won't have to wait so long for Google Analytics API. So as we see right now, there's an error because Google Analytics API is slow. I'm just gonna refresh it here, because if it takes longer than 30 seconds for the request to get an answer from the server, it's gonna stop the connection. So if it's loading more than 30 seconds, then it doesn't work. Well, we see right now it worked. So we have organic traffic, load time, and sessions here. And then we want to do another one. Let's create another file for users, I believe. Yeah. Users chart.js, and paste it everything here, and here change it to users chart. Export users chart. We want to import it in our app.js. And come here and we're gonna call it below the sessions chart. Here we will have users. Okay, where is our property? Here. Change it to users, 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 and we want to output the users, and that's how we have them. Okay, users, and then here users too. Copy the labels, paste it here. Okay, let's save it. Let's go back and save it, and let's see the result. You probably should change another color for this chart too, but we left the same one, and then we didn't change the titles. So let's go back and change it. Users. Users, and let's choose another color for users. Let's do, where's the color? Here. Okay, let's do here PC96B. Okay, let's save it. Go back and check it one more time right now. So now we're almost done with the React app. We will have to, we see all the four charts, we have them here. So now we'll have to run we will have to build this React app. So let's see, build command React.js. Okay, let's see how this is getting done here. Okay, so we should run npm run build. Let's stop the machine and run here npm run build. Press enter. So this is gonna take a while too. I'm just gonna pause the video and I'll replay it whenever it's done. Alright, so it looks like our app is ready. If we go to our, if I'm going my PC GA API, I have here a folder which is build. I'm just gonna copy this folder and then I will go to XAMPP, htdocs, WordPress content, plugins, GA API, wherever is our plugin, and paste this folder here. And now we should create our shortcode. So in order to do that, we should open our PHP file from our plugin. So I'm just gonna open this Atom. We don't need this app here anymore. We can actually remove it like that from here. And let's add another project folder from our htdocs. Content, plugins, GA API. Okay, so this is our file, PHP file. Now here let's create a shortcode, and in order to do that we should first of all create a function here, output data. We don't have any parameter for this one, and here we will return the following HTML code. So let's go back and check our build, our app, React app. If we check the index HTML here, so basically we should take the div ID root from the React app, and we should do it like this. Div, oops, root, and then another div here, leave it empty, and then we will have a JavaScript. And what we should do now is let's copy this file, like server worker, manifest. We don't need this one, server worker, and static folder. Cut them from here, so click cut and paste them in the actual plugins folder. So I want to paste them here, and I'll leave this build for now, but we will have to remove it from there. So if we open this index, let's see if I can open it. I'm gonna open using my Notepad++ editor. So this is the optimized version of that index from our React app, but if we check it here, let's see, we don't need this one, we don't need this one, the CSS, we don't have any CSS, so we don't need that. We have this div ID root, which we already pasted there, and then we have this JavaScript file, which is very important, so I'm just gonna copy it from here and we'll also paste it here. But here is the tricky part, because we should specify the full URL. So we have here HTTP, and then localhost, and then we have WP content, and then we have plugins, and then here we have API GA, and then static JS as the way it is right now. Let's see, where is that? Okay, so we have static and then JS and CSS there. So I'm just gonna save this file. Oh, and not this one from here, but I'm just gonna close it. Save this one from here, the ga.php. We save this file, and now let's create. We will use now. We create kind of like we will generate a shortcode right now, and this shortcode is gonna call this function. So add shortcode function here. This is the shortcode we will have, so I'll put my initials and then GA, and then here I will put this function's name, output data. I'm gonna save it. So now we should be able to use this shortcode on our page. So let's go to localhost, open a new tab, dashboard, go into pages, go into sample page here. Let's delete everything from here and just paste this shortcode like that, update, open a new tab, let's see what we get here, and then we get an error, of course. What's the error about? Okay, this file cannot be found. Localhost, WordPress content, plugins. Okay, so we get here WordPress content, plugins, and then GA API. Just GA API. Save it, go back, let's refresh this page one more time, and we get the loading and then the service worker JS error here. We'll fix this one in a second. I know why we have that error, but this one should work now. Hopefully it's taking longer than usually, but can do. This is Google Analytics API. Okay, another error here. Let's see, div ID root, class type. Alright, so it works now. Just should refresh one more time. So we see we have organic traffic, load time, sessions, and users. We've got all these 4 charts, but there is still a small error here, which is in the service worker.js. It can't find this file, and I think we can open this file using let's see, if we go to static.js and then there's a file mean for EA. So this file here, let's search for what's that, service worker. Okay, so it found it here. So the location of this file in our mean JS file, the optimized JavaScript file here, the location is wrong. So we should paste the right location. So what we can do is just copy all this stuff from here like this, because we have this service worker. It is in our plugins folder. It's right here. So I'm gonna paste the full URL to our service worker JavaScript file. If you are on a live server and you have a domain or subdomain, use your subdomain here in the URL. So we save it, go back and refresh one more time, and now we should get another error from the service worker. You see here from the service worker, but now we can fix this one. Let's close this one. Let's open service worker, and here wherever we have index.html, let's remove this index.html, and wherever we have this one mean CSS, let's put the full URL, because in our static we see the CSS and the JavaScript here. So we should put a full URL to that file. And then next one is JavaScript, so I want to put the full URL as well, and then just save it, go back, refresh one more time. We'll still get this error here. Let's see why. Open a new tab. It can't find. It doesn't find this one. D0. Let me see if I can just delete this API because there was index HTML. Say, okay, guys, I'm also learning with React.js and may make some errors here, but I'm learning with you. So let's refresh it one more time now, and we don't get any error right now because each file has like a codification here. So I removed the index.html from there because we don't use it, and I didn't remove this codification because the CSS file has a codification, then the JavaScript has another codification here. So if we go back, we see everything works and we don't get any error in the console. Alright guys, that's it for this tutorial. I hope this was a useful tutorial for you. I hope you learned a lot. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, any suggestions. Thank you very much for your attention and see you in the next tutorials.